Now we're going to move on to the next step. I'm going to show you on one piece here, step by step, how it's done. We've already done our painting and our clearing. The surface is as smooth as we're going to get it. It's as smooth as I want to get it. Now you can see, if you look very closely, you can see the orange peel in here. Now, that's just common for all paint. It's got orange peel. Alright, you can't see the light in there, and it's wavy and everything else. That's fine. Our next step, we're going to take out all of that. Now we were using 1000 grit on this. Our next step, we're going to use a couple of other things. This is 3M paper right here. Here's what we were using. It's 1000. Now I don't use 1000 grit on my final clear coating because it's too hard to take out the scratches, and you don't want to do that. What I go with 3M Imperial. The next step is what they have is 1500 grit. It's much finer. On the final step, I may use 2000 grit right here. That's as high as 3M goes. The other three things we use heavy duty rubbing compound. After I get this as smooth as I want it with the 1500 or 2000. After I get those scratches out, then I will go to polishing compound and scratch remover, which is a much finer polish. After that, I go to 3M scratch remover, which removes fine scratches and swirl marks. It's what we call it in the business swirl mark remover, and that's for the swirl marks on the pneumatic or electric buffers, which we aren't going to use. After I get that done, then we finish off with the Ultra Gloss Platinum Series Turtle Wax. I've had this for 10 or 12 years. I only use a little at a time, so that's what we're going to use. I'm using a buffing pad for each of the polishing compounds, and I won't ever mix in between them because the grits are different. And then I've got a clear bucket of water, and you can use a sanding pad if you want, or do the fine edges by hand. I'm going to leave this part alone because the seat is going to cover that. I'll do like one plane here, another plane here, one here, here, along the back. We'll leave this for the very last if I touch it at all. And then I'll do up here, around here. So my next step on this, to show you how glossy you can really get this to be a mere finish, is I will use the 1500. So I'll get it down to 1500, and then we'll film after that. Alright. Now we're partially done with 1500 grit. I want to show you what it looks like, and I want to show you what to do, what not to do, in order not to screw up this project. I've got this big light here so I can show you. Now down here is the standard orange peel. Right down here, the seat is going to come up to this edge and go all the way down and come down this edge. So I'm not going to worry about that. Matter of fact, I want to leave an extra bit of clear and paint on there because of the friction. Now what I meant about, we've done this plane all the way across here, this plane, this one, this one, this one, and this one. And if you'll notice something very important, I've stayed the hell off those edges. Okay? You do the edges at the very last, because if you start getting in on those edges, then you're going to burn through. Now if you look right here, on this 1500 grit going down here. It looks nice and smooth, doesn't it? But you see, it's not. If you hold it up to the light, okay? Let's see if I can do this. I'm gonna kill that fucking dog. I hate that damn thing. You will notice all kinds of little tiny speckles. Let's see if I can get this. I have to get the shadowing just right. There's little teeny tiny speckles in here. In this line right here. Okay, they're like that, except they're smaller. What those are low spots. There, let's see, no? Let's see. So we want to go over this with our 1500, or you can use 2000. Then what you want to do is stop on this area, go and work on this area, or this area, and keep moving around. And you don't want to stay in one spot and just keep doing one area to get that one little thing down. You want to make it nice and smooth on the surface. We're going to do this area next to last, and this top part right here, right along here, last with the edges. Okay, this is the most dangerous part. Right here, right down here on the bottom, right down here on this bottom, around here, these are notorious. Right around these edges, right here, for burning through. If you look very closely, you'll notice there is black holes all the way around that indent, except for 2 millimeters all the way around is absolutely smooth. That's because I'm burning through. And you'll notice the same way with this way. That's where you got to just stay a 1/4 inch, 4 or 5 millimeters away from that. See, I'm even learning to talk metric since I'm going to be moving to Brisbane, I hope. And this one here, you can see it. Okay, maybe we can see it better here. This whole panel looks pretty clean, except if you go really, really close with the camera. I can only get so close before it'll go out of focus. I'm going to get a better camera here pretty soon. But you'll notice little teeny tiny black dots. Just a little teeny tiny ones. Those are all pits or low spots that have got to be taken out in this final sanding. And down here you'll notice that on this smaller area down here, I've stayed away from this edge and stayed away from these top edges. Now I'll take my 1500 grit and I'll slowly get this whole thing totally smooth. Then we'll start on our rubbing compound. Now you've seen what this looks like when it wasn't polished. Now I'm going to show you what it looks like when the rubber meets the road, when a true master Dio Speed Demon, grabbed the pebble from my hand. Grasshopper. I think I saw that in a movie somewhere. But you're going to see just how sparkly we can make this with just spray cans. Because I could show you how to do it with an $85,000 paint booth, but most people in the world don't have an $85,000 downdraft paint booth with Bakelite in them. So that's why we're doing it this way. Because you can do it at home with a little bit of practice and a great teacher like me. Alright, let's keep working on it.